Yes, this football club is in again. It is an absolute fucking joke. The way we've handled this transfer window and the way this season has started. Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to the channel, United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Hope you're all having a great Wednesday evening. Hope you're all looking forward to the end of this week, and I hope you're all looking forward to another brand new weekend in August 2023. First of all, do me a massive favour for me, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. That is United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel and the community if you're new. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button, and always remember to put that notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more Fortnite, Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 4, Rocket League, F1 23, EA Sports FC 24, previews, match tracks and transfer news, and much more brand new stuff planned for you amazing people in 2023 this year. Good evening to all you legends, good evening to all you legendary people, and welcome to the preview, the Premier League preview between Manchester United and Nottingham Forest on match day 3 of the 2023-2024 Premier League season. Steve Cooper's Nottingham Forest looking to come to Old Trafford and shock Manchester United with back-to-back defeats, and can Awani score another goal consecutively for Nottingham Forest against Manchester United at Old Trafford this weekend. And with the crisis Manchester United are in, not just with the midfield, but the attack and the defence, Manchester United have yet again had another embarrassing, pathetic and quite frankly shocking week in this transfer window when fuck all has been done yet again by the board, by these owners. And Manchester United now are facing an uphill struggle to continue this Premier League season. Let's be blunt about the situation we are in. We've hardly got a midfield available. We've got attack that is on its knees. And we've got a defence that is crumbling away with an awful left back and an awful right back. And the only saving grace this team has got at the minute is Onana and Rafael Varane. The only quality, decent players this team has got in it. It is embarrassing the situation we are in. It is quite frankly disgusting the way Manchester United are handling every single bit of situation they have got themselves into this week, yet again, by quite frankly embarrassing the name of Manchester United, the shirt, the fans and the supporters. Nottingham Forest are a team that Steve Cooper knows the way Man United are currently and the way we were dealt with by Spurs. It is going to be another awful weekend for the Red Devils. I cannot see any confidence or any positivity from my side at the minute of how Manchester United are going to be able to pick up 3 points. Nottingham Forest beating Sheffield United has put them above Manchester United. Even Brentford are above Manchester United. And it is embarrassing to see the mess we are in at the moment. We've hardly got a team available as it currently stands to even fulfill this fixture in this Premier League weekend. And we've hardly got players that are even good enough to be featuring in a Manchester United shirt. And Man United have all got themselves to blame. I have got no sympathy for the football club. The only sympathy I have got is for these loyal fans and loyal supporters who stand by this so-called football club and act like they're really, really big, when Manchester United are not acting big. Nottingham Forest, no. The way United are playing at the moment, Manchester United are beatable. The way we played against Wolves and the way we played against Tottenham, I think this is going to be a real struggle. I really think at the moment, the players we've got unavailable and the players we have got available, I can't see any finishing quality. I look at that squad and I look at the squad depth that we lack, and I look at the players we've got available to us currently and the players we haven't got unavailable. You would have thought Manchester United would have acted after that abysmal away defeat to Tottenham last weekend, which the game we should have won, especially when we were the better team in that first half away to Tottenham. And United now know they have to beat Nottingham Forest. They have to win this game weekend. They have got to collect 3 points at Old Trafford. We cannot afford to have back-to-back defeats. We need to be honest about the situation we are in. It is an absolute mess. I think that is going to affect performances on the pitch. I think the players are going to feel it. I think Ten Hag is feeling the pressure now after what's been an abysmal and embarrassing, pathetic transfer window. And Ten Hag is looking at that squad. He knows he is lacking quality. He knows he's got players here he doesn't want to use. And Manchester United are stuck in the middle of a crisis. I fear what is going to happen come the Arsenal and Brighton games after this Forest game at the weekend. I dread what the scoreline is going to be against either of those clubs. And Nottingham Forest will have the confidence. Steve Cooper will know how to outplay this Manchester United side, especially with the transfer window Nottingham Forest have had, when they have improved on their Premier League status from last season by adding quality players to keep Nottingham Forest up in the Premier League once again. United are not answering their own mistakes. They're not cancelling out their own errors. And they're basically heading into this Premier League season, third game in, massively unprepared, massively fatigued. And especially the game, what happened behind closed doors today, when you had players like Van der Beek, Martial, Pellistri, and Harry Maguire all featuring against Burnley, and United lost 3-0. That says so fucking much about this football club. It says a lot about the board, and it says a lot about these owners. And before we carry on with this preview, I want to give a shout out to somebody that I follow on Twitter, and his Twitter name, once I can get it up, it is WAK, W-A-K, blue tick on Twitter. He is a blue tick Manchester United fan, gives you all the latest transfer news in and out of Manchester United. So it's W-A-K, WAK on Twitter, blue tick. So type in at, I'll tell you, I'll put it in the chat. I will put it in the chat for everyone to see. Go and follow. It's just at the moment I'm really struggling through illness. I'm really struggling to find any positivity coming out of Manchester United. And at the moment I am quite frankly disgusted with this football club at the moment. And I think if United struggle to find a result this weekend and it goes wrong, I fear what could happen if by Christmas we are in a situation where Ten Hag is under pressure to keep his job. He's got a squad he knows he shouldn't have, and he's got players he knows he's got currently are not good enough to compete. And against Nottingham Forest, if United fail to get 3 points and Nottingham Forest come to Old Trafford and outplay Manchester United, we are in big trouble to try and even get top four or even get anywhere near Champions League qualification for next season. And I think Ten Hag is feeling the pressure. I see a lot of people saying Ten Hag out, and I understand your view and I understand your opinion. But at the moment, Manchester United are basically failing this manager, failing the squad, and failing everyone with any hope or any kind of positivity we all had headed into the season. And I think if United fail to get 3 points, Ten Hag will be gone by Christmas. I think history is going to repeat itself. I do believe Man United are going to be under severe pressure to get 3 points. And I think if we don't get top four and we're back in the Europa League again at the end of this season, Ten Hag will be gone. And that is what I dread. That is what I am dreading. And I think those players know they have to find a result. They have got to find the win this weekend, because otherwise, I think the consequences and the fans and the supporters are going to be, we aren't standing for this mess any longer. The Glazers, the board, Richard Arnold, John Mota, they are all massively responsible for Manchester United's mess that we are in. They are responsible for the form on the pitch, and they're responsible for the results we've so far achieved in this Premier League season. United really should have beat Tottenham, and we really should be in top four by now. Brighton, we're 3 points behind. Man City, 3 points behind. Arsenal, 3 points behind. It's just quite frankly embarrassing. I look at Manchester United, I look at the way the club is run, I look at the performances on the pitch, and we're nowhere near. I don't know what's gone wrong from last season. Are the players doing what they did to Ralph Ragnick and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Throwing the manager under the bus, playing shit football, the manager sacked, and we're back to square number one all over again. That is a big, big concern for me. I think for the fans and the supporters of Manchester United Football Club. I don't want Ten Hag going anywhere. I don't want him to be sacked. I personally, if I was Ten Hag and I was looking at the situation we are in now, can we find any kind of performance to justify why the owners and the board aren't delivering players? Quite frankly, no. The board and the owners should be delivering every single player target that Ten Hag is looking for. And I find it disgusting that they're not doing it. I don't know why they're not doing it. Is it due to financial fair play bullshit? Or is it to do with sell to buy and we've got to get rid of players first? I do not know what's going on behind the scenes. At the moment, I am being told nothing. And at the moment, the players we were meant to be bringing in, it hasn't happened. And I am quite frankly disgusted the way United have operated all fucking week and have done sod all to try and improve this team. And what concerned me, a tweet that Samuel Luckhurst put out on Twitter today, who I follow, who is a journalist who works for Manchester United and has connections with the Glazers and the board, put out a tweet that really concerned me, that United are only trying to bring in one more player and it looks like we're only going to have one single player outgoing. That is a bloody concern. That is a real, real worry. That's horrifying. That's concerning. That is troubling. And I think if they're only bringing in one, and hello to NBB in the chat, by the way, if they're only bringing in one player, which looks like to be a backup goalkeeper, and we do nothing else, then United are facing a crisis of Champions League football, and we've got the live group stage draw watch long next Thursday evening when United get drawn into their group. I think what's going to happen if we fail to beat Nottingham Forest and we get a really tough Champions League group, it will force United into action. Why United have sat there all week and done nothing today, and it's Wednesday, and we're only 3 days away from the weekend again. And the situation I'm finding myself in is we're going to be sat here Sunday evening going in on the club again for failing to deliver any player for Ten Hag this week. And I feel sorry for him. I think Ten Hag, this job's going to kill him. I really, really think the owners and the board are doing this on purpose. They are throwing the manager under the bus deliberately. They're not backing the manager properly. And I see so many Manchester United fans and many Manchester United supporters throwing this manager under the bus, saying he is the problem. He's picking these players and he's becoming the problem. Ten Hag isn't the problem here. Ten Hag is doing best of what he's got. He's doing best of what he can. And he can't work fucking miracles. I mean, season 2, are the cracks appearing? Well, quite so far, yeah. The cracks are appearing again. And I think Manchester United, there's no stability, there's no control, there's no enthusiasm. And I think those players have given up after 2 games, and that's a bloody worry, especially when we've stripped Harry Maguire of the captaincy and given it to Fernandes. De Gea's been got rid of. Fred's been sold. And it's backfired. It really has backfired, some of the players we sold. Maybe we should have kept Fred. Maybe we should have kept David De Gea. But Manchester United fans and supporters, yeah, Man United fans and supporters deserve better. The treatment we are being given by Man United with all their PR bollocks. United players aren't stupid. They are looking and interacting on social media. And that is a big, big concern for me, that if United don't move quickly and they do nothing this week, United are in a crisis. Let's be honest, we haven't got a midfield. We haven't really got an attack. And for the defence, when you've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who isn't good enough, Luke Shaw, who's been finished for 3 or 4 years, and Diego Dalot, who's not even in the first team now, United have not solved their problems of inconsistency, passion, or any dedication to bring positivity back to this club. And all that spin last night that the Qataris are close to buying the club in October, that was all Glazer's spin, and no conclusion is close to selling Manchester United. And I think if we are not sold, we are going to see the same crap happen again next summer. And I wouldn't expect any money to be spent in a January transfer window when money needs to be spent right now. And I think United, Ten Hag's looking at the squad, and I think the first big talking point is the midfield available for Saturday. We haven't really got a midfield, have we? If we're being really honest about it and we're looking at it from a bigger point of view, what midfield have United got available to this weekend? Casemiro and Fernandes look different completely players from last season. Do not look like the two legends I thought they were in that whole entire campaign in season 1 under Erik Ten Hag. And I think what's happening here is too many changes have happened. I'm not blaming Ten Hag, by the way. It's not his fault. Too many changes have happened. The football club isn't being efficient. And I think the players are looking around them and they know there is no quality in that squad. We've got no midfield with them being lackluster. And then you've got an aging Christian Eriksen who's having to come into the team now because due to a certain £60 million signing, aka Mason Mount, is now out injured. 60 million spent on Mason Mount and he's injured. It is an absolute shambles. 60 million spent on a player that is out injured again. What is going on? Like, he had injury problems at Chelsea with the same back problem and he is out injured again. 3 or 4 times he suffered the same injury at Chelsea. He has come to Manchester United and he's got injured after 2 games. Apparently came off against Tottenham injured. That's why the substitution was made. Why Mason Mount has picked that injury up, that is probably an injury that is reoccurring. And I think at the moment, United are really, really struggling to find any form of why Mason Mount has picked up that back injury. It's probably a reoccurrence of the back injury he had at Chelsea, and it's come into Manchester United and it's backfired already. 60 million spent on a B-Tech Nemanja Matic, who is out till the international break. And United's backup option off the bench due to Mason Mount's injury is Scott McTominay, who unlikely to be sold because of the midfield crisis Man United have got themselves in. It's embarrassing. It's quite frankly pathetic. And it's quite frankly, this is on Manchester United again for spending 60 million on a Chelsea reject. We should have went nowhere near. We are a better team without Mason Mount. We are a more of attacking team without him in the team. He should have never, ever been given that number 7 shirt. He should have never been brought. And it's backfired already. Mason Mount is out injured till the international break. What a joke. What an absolute farce this has been. Mason Mount is gone already. I mean, it sums up Manchester United as a whole. Buy players ex-teams don't want anymore. Chelsea sold us an injury-prone player, and United fell into the Chelsea trap. And that trap has foiled Manchester United in. It's brought them in, and unfortunately, it's happened. Yeah, exactly. The number 7 shirt is given to a regular hospital patient. It's pathetic. Exactly. It's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing, especially when Manchester United know that the midfield is struggling enough and Ten Hag is desperately trying to add midfielders into this team in Sofian Amrabat and Ryan Gravenberch. But I am telling you now, if the midfield situation is not solved and we hit deadline day next Friday evening, and we sign fuck all, the reaction from the fans and supporters is not going to be a nice one. The club will be under severe pressure to explain why the midfield situation wasn't solved. And United have got nowhere to stand on. They've not got one leg to stand on. We do not play Scott McTominay. He did not feature against Tottenham because Erik Ten Hag knows he is better off without Scott McTominay because he's crap. And that is why also Fred was sold, because he's crap as well. And Man United If they don't solve the midfield situation and we then lose Casemiro, Eriksen or Fernandes, McTominay is going to be playing a lot more first-team football than a lot of people think. And God forbid, like those three do pick up an injury. And let's hope none of them get an injury on Saturday. If Scott McTominay is featuring in a Man United shirt and I'll come down in a minute. If we do not get a midfielder in by the end of this week or on deadline day, and we only bring in a backup goalkeeper, and the backup goalkeeper we have been linked to, by the way, is the Fenerbahce goalkeeper, Alte Banadia. I think that's how you pronounce it, Alte Banadia. I mean, 4.7 million euros for a goalkeeper that I've never even heard of, never even seen play professional football. And unfortunately, we are spending money on that because of Dean Henderson going out on loan to Crystal Palace, who really, Palace should have been told it's a permanent transfer or we're not doing the deal. And Man United have lost to 25 million. So Man United can come out with, we are struggling because of financial fair play, we are got to sell to buy, when it is the biggest load of bullshit PR and non-existent issues going on behind the scenes at Man United. Do not believe any of these journalists telling you it's sell to buy and we're struggling because of financial fair play. It's the biggest load of bollocks I have heard all summer. And United clearly have got the money if they're spending 4.7 million euros on a backup goalkeeper to Onana. And also mentioning Onana, we are in big trouble with him because he is now coming out of international retirement and he's going to be back playing for his country. So United have got no choice but to sign this goalkeeper. But I don't know a lot about him. Apparently, he's the best goalkeeper in the Turkish Super League for Fenerbahce. But the only reason why he is leaving Fenerbahce is because he's got issues with the fans and the supporters of the Turkish club. Do I want someone like that influencing the dressing room if he starts getting a problem with Manchester United fans and supporters? No, we should not be spending the money on a fucking backup goalkeeper. Dean Henderson needs to be sold permanently, and so does Tom Heaton. Bring that goalkeeper in and then get two midfielders. That's what needs to happen because we've hardly got a team for Saturday. We have got a team on its knees. We've got Ahmad still out injured. Palestri's going out on loan to Sheffield United. Manu's injured. Mount's injured. Tom Heaton's injured. Malasia's injured. Kobe Manu's injured. So that's 7 players. And United do not want to replace none of them. Like, what the fuck is going on? Honestly, what the fuck is going on? It's not funny. It's fucking laughable. This club is being laughed at by our rival fans. So United better get a move on. I'm fed up beyond belief of having to criticise this club. I shouldn't have to keep doing it, but we have to because we operate badly due to a board that don't give a shit and owners that don't give a toss. All of them are the biggest problem at this club, and the team is suffering because of that. And Ten Hag is probably sat there scratching his bald head thinking, why am I not getting the players? Why am I not getting the answers? And why is the board throwing me under the bus? It's not fair. I'm trying to get you Premier League champions. I'm trying to get you top 4. I'm trying to get you back in the Champions League again for next season. And basically what's happened here, you're throwing me under the bus. You've not signed me Amrabat. You've not signed me Ryan Gravenberch. You've not sold Maguire or McTominay or Donny van der Beek. Eric Bailly is still here. Anthony Martial is still here. Palestri's going out on loan when it should be a permanent deal because Palestri's crap. Like, what is going on? That's 7. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players I could sell already very quickly if I was the Man United manager. I think Ten Hag has got to start calling this out because if we lose to Nottingham Forest, and it could happen because Nottingham Forest have got some decent players that are Wanley up front, very, very good. Chris Wood is very, very good. Nottingham Forest, no, Man United are vulnerable. They're not going to come to Old Trafford and park the bus and sit back. They will try and attack Man United. They will go for it. They're not just going to sit and say, oh, let Man United on us every minute. We've already got players unavailable. And it looks like at the moment, we even haven't got Rasmus Højlund available, who who's got all the pressure on his shoulders as a 20-year-old. 73 million, 84 million euros. Who's unfit, is injured, and it looks like he's only going to be on the bench again. So basically what's going to happen again is the only change we are going to make Saturday is Eriksen for Mount. And that's probably going to be it. Because Garnacho's going to have to start. Rashford's going to have to start. And probably Anthony. Erik ten Hag does not trust the rest of this team. And that says a lot because he knows the quality is not there. He knows that I need players. I need to be backed. And if United don't back him, he's stuck with those rejects. He is stuck with surplus requirements he no longer wants because the club are not sanctioning anything. But you sanction a backup goalkeeper for Fenerbahce, and who had to have a medical yesterday because he's got a long-term back problem. Another player we are going to sign with a long-term injury problem with his back. We've got more backs than a bloody rhino. It is unfucking believable that this club is doing the same thing over and over again. I am fed up at the moment with Manchester United briefing. We've got no money, we've got a sell to buy, financial fair play, and we're only going to bring in one more player. If that goalkeeper is the last signing we make, what a joke. Because the transfer window has been all fucking summer long. And some United fans and supporters are falling for it, saying it's been a 9 out of 10 window. Look at Richard Arnold and John Murtaugh walking in like a boss doing these deals. We've got all our business done early. Well, we haven't, because you've got today, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You've got 10 days to improve this team. That team is not strong enough for Premier League football every week. We are 2 or 3 more injuries away from being a squad on its knees and having to rely on the reserve players as well as the rejects Ten Hag doesn't want. He should not be in this position, Ten Hag. If I was him and I was the manager right now, I would fucking resign and say, do you know what? Fuck this club. I will stand by the fans. I will stand by these supporters. Call it out for what it is. The Glazers are the biggest problem, and so is that board. If they are saying there is no money for Gravenberch and Amrabat, who are 2 available midfielders that want to leave and are both desperate to come to this club, who would both go straight into this United midfield, and the club is saying no, that's unfair. That's really unfair, because the money is there. If they're finding the money for this backup goalkeeper, the money is clearly there. I am fed up with the bullshit. I'm fed up with the PR because the results on the pitch are suffering. We are 13th in the Premier League. Manchester United are 13th after 2 games. Quite frankly, what's happened here is we've repeated the start of last season. We have repeated the same problems again. We start the Premier League season, we're unfit, there is no energy, there is no enthusiasm, and all we've gone about how great our pre-season was. Look at Manchester United's pre-season. Look at the results. Look at the goals we scored. We only lost to Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund, and you lost to Athletic Bilbao as well. Actually, no, you drew because Pellistri got you out of jail again. We did not have a good pre-season. We did not have a good pre-season. And that is why the results in the Premier League are suffering. Scraping past Wolves with a 1-0 win when Wolves should have had a clear penalty. Embarrassing ourselves against Tottenham, losing 2-0 away when we were the better team in the first half. And what's happened here is we're heading into this Forest game, and look at the crisis United are in. Can I see United picking up 3 points with everything going on? No. At the moment, I have lost all trust for this club again. That, for me, after 2 games, I should not be saying that. But I've got to say it. And people saying, why should you care? Why should you care about Man United? Why should you complain? Why do you always moan? Your answers are on social media and on Twitter. And Man United, they love the PR interaction. They are the biggest problem. I care about this club. I care about these fans. I care about these supporters. Because they're having to suffer watching shit football. And people are pinpointing that Ten Hag's tactics are worrying. He's starting to sound like Solskjaer. He's having to say these things because the board and the owners are so incompetent that if Ten Hag was to call him out, it'd be gone. And people wonder why I call the club out for what it is. We're a shit show. We're a bloody circus. We are a pantomime on wheels. We are such a show of ourselves. We are not the same team we were last season. We've had a worse start compared to last. We're only on 3 points and we're down to 13th. We're 7 places above the relegation zone. Playing the way we are in a relegation battle. We are at the moment, we are trying to compete with teams like Luton. I'm sorry, Luton have had a better transfer window than us. Nottingham Forest have had a better transfer window and they've got better players. Those Man United players, no, they're not performing to their best because they look at all the uncertainty around the sale of the club, what players we're bringing in and what players are getting rid of. All the focus has gone off their form and the league system. We need to win this game. If we don't win this game, the Ten Hag out brigade are going to make their voices heard louder. That is because the man is not being backed. We have got no team. Like I said, the midfield's in a crisis because we've got no Mason Mount. And the only backup we've got now is McTominay and Eriksen. McTominay should not be at the club. They rejected a £30 million bid from fucking West Ham. That's a joke. Why was that bid rejected? He should have been sold with Maguire. And the club said no. What the fuck is going on? There's money there to be spent and United are saying no. You can't keep saying no. You've got to back the manager. This is why we are so shit. This is why we're being laughed at. I even got mates telling me, why should you care? Because I actually care about the club, long-term future. The fans and supporters are what make this club best. But we're not getting that back from the performances in the league. We need to beat Nottingham Forest. Steve Cooper knows United are vulnerable as hell. If Nottingham Forest come here and win, we're going to be Saturday evening with the reaction thinking, am I surprised we lost this game? No. Am I surprised we've dropped more points? No. I'm not. United have nearly gone another week and they've done fuck all. You're sat on your lazy ass doing fuck all. Sat on Football Manager, twiddling your thumbs, eating a big fucking massive packet of fucking Doritos crisps. You lazy, lazy fucks. You're so bad at your job. I am done with all the prayers. Richard Arnold and John Murtagh are getting all the praise. I am absolutely sick of it. It's disgusting, the things that are going on at this club again. And the manager is going to be in the firing line again because of the squad, because of these players, because of the board, because of these owners. And we wonder why we have a recycle of shit over and over and over again. No wonder Solskjaer and Rangnick were sacked. Van Gaal, Moyes, Mourinho. Ten Hag's going to be manager number 6. I am backing this manager. I back him 110%. But the club are not showing any sign of ambition to get behind him by saying no to all the targets he wants. I'm absolutely shocked the way we are handling ourselves. Because if you then look at the rest of the team, where's the attacking front three? Because Garnacho has turned into a B-Tech Ronaldo, thinking he can take on the world on his own, thinking he's got the number 7 shirt on his back. That probably fucked him off because he thinks he's probably deserving of a chance to wear that iconic shirt. I can see why Garnacho wasn't given it. But what's happened to him in the first 2 games? What's happened to Garnacho, realistically? What's going on with his head? Is he focused on his relationship with his partner and the baby they're due to have? Is the focus on that and not on the game? Is it due to he's fucked off with the number shirt going to Mount and he deep down doesn't want to show it? Or does he not want to be at the club? Or does he know the players around him are awful? I think all those 5 reasons are valid. All of them. Absolutely all of them. All those players' focus should be on the game. Fuck your personal lives. Fuck what's going on without football. You should be focusing on the game. You're meant to be producing this talent that we all wanted out of Garnacho. And it's dried up after 1 season. And you look at the rest. Marcus Rashford has gone back to being Marcus Trashford. Focusing on all the free school meals and this book deal. And all of a sudden, you're playing him down the middle and it's not working. A player that's not a striker, who is a left winger. But you're having to deploy Rashford down the middle because we ain't got no backup striker. Don't even mention Martial is a great backup and should be in the team. Mr. Injury Prone 2.0 Phil Jones is still here. When he's injury prone, lazy, and his attitude stinks. Get that snake out the fucking club. People tell me, and you see it on Twitter, you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't say they're crap, you can't say they're shit, you can't tell these players to piss off. I can say what the fuck I want. I'm sorry. I am entitled to my view. I'm entitled to my opinion. This club is not ruthless. We're not being brutal. We are being the softy approach. It's like one of those cats from the fucking Disney film Alistair Cats. I mean, we're so soft and cuddly that the vulnerability gets shown by the pure, utter incompetence of everything United linked. It's embarrassing. It's really, really embarrassing. And I don't know what's going on. But it's quite clear to me, United are acting like we know best. We know what to do. The fans are hysterical. They don't know nothing. We know we're in these jobs for this reason. Yeah. You're in the job because you're covering up the Glazers. Why is no one doing that? Why is no one doing it? I feel like there's only a few channels out there who are not afraid to call it out, and I'm one of them. I will say it how it is. The Glazers, if they don't back this manager and we don't get a striker in, we're fucked. We are seriously fucked. Don't expect the Champions League campaign to last long, because we'll get knocked back into Europa League again, and you hear that pathetic anthem that 3 certain football clubs are in. I don't want to be anywhere near that again. Thursday night football, no thanks. That can do one. But the problem is, United don't have any form. The players are lacking confidence. Their heads dropped. The positivity and the vibe and the confidence is gone. The team's on its knees. The team's done. 3 games in and we're done. And that's shocking. The team has given up. Why is it given up? I don't know. And NBB Industries has said the fans have done more than the Glazers will ever do. Exactly. Because the fans care. The supporters love this fucking football club. But the club don't, the owners don't, and the board don't, and the directors don't give a crap. They're probably all sat there laughing and probably laughing their socks off. They probably turn into a right clown who are sitting there laughing at the fans, moaning. United failed to deliver 3 points. I'm not going to be sat here laughing Saturday evening. I am not going to be sat here laughing because it's not funny. We are in a crisis that we cannot dig ourselves out from. It's like one of those big, massive potholes you see on the road, right? That pothole is big. But the more cars that are driving over the pothole, that road pothole is getting bigger and bigger and bigger until the road comes away from the road and it's a massive, big, giant hole. More holes than a fucking hole punch. United are acting like that. They're letting the cars drive over that hole. The hole gets bigger. It collapses from the surface. And then you've got one big pothole. It's disgusting. I want United to win at the weekend. But at the moment, United I can't trust. All the trust is gone. I want United to do well this season. But at the moment, with everything going on, am I surprised we're in the situation we're in? No, I'm not. I am not surprised. I'm embarrassed to even support this club at the moment. But I'm fighting for the fans. I'm trying to fight for the supporters because I care about all of you. I care about every single one of you that loves this club. I'm behind every Glazer out movement. I just want United to win on the pitch. And that has to start off this weekend. But I don't trust the forward line. We ain't got no midfield. And as for the right back and left back, someone please tell United to shift Luke Shaw, Dullo and Wan-Bissaka out this club. Because they ain't good enough going long term. I'm sorry, they're not. And for the centre-backs, we haven't really got anyone except Varane and Martinez. And that's the truth. The truth's hurting at the moment. I'm hurting supporting this club because I wake up feeling we're going to do some transfer business. We're going to sign this player. We're going to sign that player. We're not. And I'm having to wake up to that every day. I've not been well for over a week. I am still not well. I've still got an ear infection. I've still got a bad throat. I'm nearly losing my voice. That is because the stress I'm under by the club has got nothing to do with my illness. I've picked up a viral infection. I went to my doctor yesterday because I am on my knees. I am so shattered. I'm exhausted at the moment. I'm so tired. I shouldn't even really be streaming or doing lives because I am so worn out. But I'm on medication and I'm going to keep going and grafting because I don't give up. Never surrender, never give up. I've got that mentality more than what United are showing on the pitch. And United need to show some cojones. They need to show some kind of fucking atmosphere Saturday. And the fan supporters, there's a massive protest going on Saturday. We need to force these owners out. If we do nothing this week and we are sat here Sunday evening when we do our transfer window assessment for week 10, God help the club. God fucking help them. God help them. Because if you don't do anything, then the reaction isn't going to be a nice one, I'm afraid, Manchester United. And you're digging your own holes here. And if you keep digging, the consequences will be severe. I can get protests going. It's not hard. So United better start acting very, 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 very quickly. And I hope we win. But the same team that probably played against Tottenham will feature on Saturday. It will be Onana in goal. It probably will be Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez and Shaw. For Casemiro, Fernandes, Eriksen comes straight in for Mount. Unless somehow McTominay makes a miraculous start in that starting 11. And the attack will predict itself. It will be Rashford, Garnacho and Anthony. And that's got to be a question. What the hell's happened to Anthony? Well, if you've seen everything that's going on regarding Anthony's behaviour after we got rid of a certain player during this week as well, if we're stuck in that situation again with Anthony, he needs to be gone as well. I'm sorry. If he's done what, a certain player did and, got released by the club and we're not bringing him back, aka Mason Greenwood, I'm not afraid to mention his name, then you're going to have to get rid of him. Because that's probably affecting him on the pitch. Everything behind the scenes, what's going on. It probably is, and that is why he's not living up to his potential. Anthony, for me, he's the best right winger in the Premier League. Up there with probably Saka, and that's probably about it. But at the moment, Anthony looks shattered of confidence. There seems to be no player there. And I think his form is showing it. What's he done in the first 2 games? Does all these skill moves, tries to take on the world, be a world beater of a world-class player, which I think he can still be. But has Anthony's future got to be brought into question? I think it's got to. If we do not win this game Saturday and we draw or we lose, United have got no leg to stand on. They have got no leg to stand on. And let's hope we do pick up the point. Let's hope we do win. But at the moment, and we're going to talk for a bit longer because we've got the time to, United need to start the game well. We need to be at least 2-3-0 up by half time. But if we're sat here like we were at Spurs and Wolves and it's 0-0 and Højlund isn't available, and I'm hoping he is going to make his debut. I'm hoping Højlund's going to start. I think he's going to have to. Fuck the back problem. That could backfire, by the way. Just saying. If they do start Højlund from the start, he's got to start. We haven't got a goal-scoring striker. Don't they dare put Martial in, Mr. Phil Jones 2.0. That isn't going to work. Martial's unfit, he's unhealthy, and he's lazy, and his attitude stinks. And his mentality towards the club is not there anymore. So don't even think they dare put Martial in that team, because I'm not accepting that reject. Højlund's got to start from the start. No putting him on the bench, Eric. He's going to have to start, mate. If Erik ten Hag refuses to start Højlund, why did we buy him? Because I think Ten Hag knows Højlund is not a starter in his team. He's a development striker and he's only 20. I think he's trying to turn him into Haaland, by the way. And I think Højlund's got the potential to turn into Erling Haaland. Absolutely. He's got the world at his feet. I think he could become one of the best strikers in world football. If we do not start developing his potential quickly and he's not starting against United, you've got to start questioning, why is he here? I'm behind Rasmus Højlund. Every step of the way, I'm behind him. And I'll back the player. But if he does not start Saturday and we go with Rashford down the middle, you are going to see what happened against Wolves and Tottenham in our first two games. And it is going to be horrifying. It's going to be a horror show. It's going to be more of a thriller than Michael Jackson's song Thriller, a.k.a. the GOAT in music. If we do not start him, you're going to have to question what behind the scenes is being told. Is the board and the owners picking this team in this lineup because of the money they paid for them? That's a good point. Are the owners and the board interfering with Ten Hag's team selection and the bench options? I think they are. I don't think Ten Hag's got any control. I think Ten Hag has been bossed about and he's being told, this player's got to be in because of the money he paid. That player's got to be in because of the money we paid. And we're trying to make the money back. And some fans and supporters of Man United are very gullible. They are brought in by Man United sympathy and they are dragged in to feel sorry for them. You've got to stop that mentality because that is affecting us. The fans and supporters need to remove these owners. We need the biggest protest ever on Saturday. If players have got to get into Megastorm protest, do it. If you've got to get on the pitch and invade it, do it. Get the game called off. Get the game postponed. If that's what's going to have to happen, that's what's going to have to happen. And we'll react to it. I will not blame them if they got the game called off because the owners and its board are idiots. Absolute idiots. And the Glazers are trying to make the fans weak. They are. They really, really are. But I'm hoping the protest might kick United into gear. And we've got to be positive things can happen. But we have to win the game. The whole focus has to be on the game. I think the players know the uncertainty of the future is bad. I think they know the Glazers might stay. And they know we haven't got players they need around them to improve their game. And I think that's what's going to happen. What do I think is going to happen Saturday? If United could go up 2-0 by half time and we can find a third goal in the second half to kill them off, I'm going to go for 3-0 United. They know they've got to win the game. We cannot afford to drop any more silly points. Let's hope that doesn't happen. So I'm score prediction-wise 3-0 United. Let's just hope we get the win we need and we get the result we want the weekend. Otherwise, United are in a Premier League relegation battle. So I hope you enjoyed the preview. Hit the like button, the share button. Please keep subscribing to the channel, United Red Devils 20 on YouTube if you're new. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button. Remember to always put that notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right throughout the rest of 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for Fortnite, Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 4, FIFA 23, EA Sports FC 24, Rocket League, F1 23. More previews, more reaction. We're going to be live right throughout Deadline Day next Friday as well. So look out for all the live watch-alongs, live day streaming of Deadline Day. And let's hope we win Saturday. Join me for that reaction straight after the game between United and Forest, which hopefully ends and United win. United 3 points. We get back to winning ways in the league, and hopefully we can start climbing up the Premier League table. But I'm not beating around the bush. People think if United win, it's going to be back to greatness. It won't. We'll be back to the same shit we were under Solskjaer and Rangnick. Enjoy us Wednesday evening. Stay safe, be nice, be kind to each other. All legends, all legendary. Thanks for watching. Peace.